Hello everyone, it's Benny Bones here and welcome back to the long drive. And we are back in the endless desert. We have now traveled 1,955 kilometers. So hopefully with all luck and with a bit of luck and hope, we will hit the mighty 2,000 kilometer mark. That will be, we are 2/5 of the way through our trek. Now I haven't been playing in a little while, just because I've been trying to focus on filming with my camera and a few other things. I've got a gimbal now, so that makes it makes it a little bit interesting. Now, I seem to remember in the last episode we got up to this building, but I never checked it out. Just kind of like a marker point for me, so I know where I'm up to. If I start changing things, I'll never know where I am. So what have we got here? The mighty broom, some paints. What have we got? The easel. Ooh. If I can get this back without spilling it. That's one thing I've still got to do is fix that autosave because it's a mess. We got it? Yep. Okay, now let's see if we can get this to 2.2 liters. Oh boy. I should really bring the car up a bit closer. So how's everyone been doing? How's everyone been going? Like I've mentioned, I've kind of been AWOL for a little bit. Just been trying to do some other things, get some other things sorted. I've also not really been in the mood to do any recording game wise. I don't know. It's just not been in the mood for it, which is fair enough. But I'm here now, and I thought, you know what? I want to get a bit of playing in. I haven't played this game in a while. I've been meaning to do it for days. Just other things have been coming up. Should really turn that off as well. Where is it? There it is. Can I press the... No. Got to be in the car to do it. Oh yeah, I've just had other things going on, so it's been a bit of a challenge. So what have we got here? A Trabant. Just exploded everywhere. And another Lada. And what are we down here? Gas. But what we do want, I seem to remember... no, I don't want you. I want you. My little round friend here. So yeah, gimbals are bizarre things. If you've ever used them before, they're bizarre. I've got a Zion... what is it? A Zion Crane 1. You know what that one is. It's kind of a Crane... version 1. It's old. They're, I picked it up secondhand, so they're not exactly new. But they're pretty heavy duty. Can hold up to 1.8 kilograms of camera, which I thought was impressive considering the M50 that I'm using is only 500 grams. But in saying that, when I did pick it up, it had a bit of a jitter to it because the weight of the camera was... The motors were set to high, and they were trying to compensate for a heavy camera, but it isn't a heavy camera, so that's my problem. I should really move you, my dear. You're down by my feet. Now I have no idea which direction we were heading. Okay, here's a lamppost. Where's the road then? Where is the road? Oh, here. Just not across here, that's odd. Alright, now we're going. So yeah, okay, where are we? 275. So we want to get to 325. And that should mean we will hit our 2,000 kilometer mark, which will be good. Been a long time coming, I'm sure. And I am looking forward to achieving even just a small milestone like that. Because although I've been trying lately, things just haven't been working out. But this game's always a good bit of fun. You don't really have to do much, to be honest. Just put your foot down and drive. I should really pull out the steering wheel again. I haven't done that in a while. I was earlier playing Legacy of Kain. If you know the Soul Reaver games. Yeah, I'm playing Soul Reaver 1. and I dug out my old Xbox controller to I got an Xbox 360 controller for the computer. I've never owned an Xbox, but I have the controller. So I can play some games on the computer with a controller. And it's just, I'm useless with them. It's something that I've just never been good at. The old Nintendo 64 with the three-handled, three-gripped handle thing, I was good with those. And I was good with things like the old Nintendo, the square handles. But none of the modern controllers, they don't work with me. The fact that Xbox and PlayStation, have everything in roughly the same place, but the buttons don't line up. You know, you've got the joysticks in different spots. Well, you got on the left side, they're swapped over with the D-pad, and you know, X isn't always where X is on each controller. Yeah, that confuses me. Confuses me greatly. And I'm just kind of useless with using those controllers anyway. But yeah. Back in the lovely game of the Long Drive. I was about to call it the Long Dark, but this isn't the Long Dark. It's a bit of a colder game. Speaking of cold, I've been very cold lately. It's been very hot during the days, and then it gets very cold at night. It's like I'm in a desert. Well, I kind of am. But yeah, it's just something odd, just for the weather at the moment. It's changing. Being in Australia, we're in spring. No, autumn. Yes, we're in autumn. I never remember which one goes where. We're in autumn at the moment, and it's beginning to get more and more cold, especially during the nights. During the days, I was pretty much going to stay warm for a while, and it just gets colder at night. It doesn't help that I wake up in the middle of the day, so I go to bed in the cold, so I've got all the blankets on, and then when I wake up, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and yeah, it's quite warm by then, and yeah. I know I'm here complaining about it being cold, but it's not actually that cold. Yeah, it never really gets that cold. I'd have to check what the temperature is. Let's see if I can... Don't use your phone and drive, because that's what I'm sure doing. Let's see how this goes. It is 13 degrees at the moment. 15 degrees, I should say. Just updated then. It's 15 degrees at the moment here. And I know a lot of people would say, that's not cold. That's like t-shirt weather. But yeah, it's very cold here for me. I'm not used to it. When I was in England, it was very cold. You know, 3-4 degrees most of the time I was there. And yeah, you do get used to it. But when you're cold, you're always cold. You can warm up. That's the thing. I prefer the cold over the heat because you can warm up. You know, you can go put more layers on, go stand by a fire, things like that. Get warm. In the summer, you can't do that. If you're hot, you're hot. There's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, you can go for a swim or anything like that, but yeah, if you're hot, you can't take more clothes off. You know, you've only got so much you can take off. I know air conditioning here is a major thing, but in saying that, if it's still hot, it's still going to be hot, you know. I'm kind of happy that I'm impressed actually, because this is the car I've got at the moment, my Falcon. It's the first car I've ever owned with working air conditioning. In the 15 odd years I've been driving, it's the first car I've had that's had working air conditioning, and I find that really really cool. You know, it's a necessity. Yeah, necessity here. I'll pronounce it right at some point. Yeah, it's something you really kind of need. Oh, okay, you can survive without it. And then it's a luxury, I guess. It's a luxury. The luxury I love having now. My old truck I had didn't have air conditioning. I drove that for 5 years without air conditioning. And yeah, in the summer it would get very hot. Very hot. And there's nothing you can do about it. That's just it. Time to get dark in game. And let's hope something is coming up. Ooh, what have we got over there? Anything? It's just a small building. I'm about to say I haven't seen anything coming up. Then I haven't been looking off to the sides either. That's a problem I find when driving on the road. You kind of get a little bit tunnel vision for driving on the road. Let's just be careful because no bus spawning in. Alright, no bus then. Sometimes a bus will just spawn right in front of me. But yes, Legacy of Kain 1. The Soul Reaver, I should say. I think it's Legacy of Kain 2 to be honest. But Soul Reaver 1. Something like that. Yeah, it's... I'd say it hasn't aged well. Graphically, well, the game came out in like 97 or something. Is it? 97, 98? Somewhere around there. And you think of games around that era, which is Tomb Raider came out around that era. So PS1 era. And you're still a good game. Like, it's a bit janky. I got it on Steam, so, you know, with Steam games, they're not always patched correctly. It is compatible with the controller, but you have to download a couple of DLL files to make the controller work properly. Because it's not exactly made for digital signals, like modern day controllers are. It's more for like analog or direct input kind of things. None of this gradual stuff like you did get on a joystick. But yeah, it works fine. The sound is good. The graphics will be funny. I was thinking of actually doing just a video series on it. So I've played about an hour today, and I thought, you know what? If I could find something to talk about while I play this game, I'll do it. You know, it's not exactly like The Long Drive, which is just me driving, and I'm I'd like to think I'm quite a capable driver. I can drive in all situations, except for moon physics. That's the one thing I can't do. That moon physics. But yeah. So if seeing an old game like Soul Reaver, I've got game 1 and game 2. I've got both games of it. So if something like that is interesting to you, let me know, and I might actually go ahead and do that. I am going to be playing it for myself anyway. Let's have a quick look here, shall we? I'm going to be playing it for myself anyway. But I just thought if anyone wanted to see my terrible gameplay, I would make some videos. Didn't hear any screaming rabbits. We got the Nang thing, the Nang machine. Here's a wheel and a hubcap. Ooh boy! Getting that bling in place. Bling! Anything in here? Paint? A tire? Don't think we need tires per se. What have I got? A steel bumper. Do I need a bumper? Doors. Boot lid. Looks like they kind of scrapped a car there. I could put a bumper on the back, but not to worry. I'll remember sometime, my dear, to pick you up. But at the moment, you're just going to have to stay down there. Because I'm forgetful. Ooh, let's see if we can do this without crashing, shall we? It's dark, and I don't want it to be dark, so let's kind of bloop. And let's hope that I don't hit anything. Stay on the road. Stay on the road. Oh, nothing there. Oh, I went through a few cactuses. I guess that's alright. But it's now daytime, and I can actually see what's out there. Look at that. Nothing. Ooh, rocks. Nothing. Nothing at all. Are there any boats? A boat would be cool. If we can find a boat, I could probably pick up some more fuel. Not that I need fuel at the moment. I think I'm doing alright with fuel. But it's always good to have more. I did put 2 litres of diesel in there earlier. Don't really see anything at all. I don't know. It's just one of those weird things. I just noticed I got no mirror up there. Oh well. It's just one of those weird things that I always see is that nothing seems to spawn in. Well, it doesn't spawn in very quickly, I should say. If I got my binoculars out and what I normally do and jump on top of the car, I'm sure there would be lots of stuff out there. I just can't see it from here. That's alright. We don't need any of that stuff anyway. It's all just junk. I'm good at collecting junk. That's my problem. I wish I had a gauge so I could see where we were with all the rest of the stuff. The temp and fuel gauge, the one that's meant to be there. Oh, one day I'll find one. I could just grab another speedometer out of another car, but yeah, unless I got the Trabant doesn't have a temp gauge nor a fuel gauge, so that's useless. It has to be a round one, and I think that's the only round one apart from the ones apart from the ones in the bus. We all good? We all seem to be good. Yeah. Apart from the ones in the bus. And I don't think those gauges work when they're not in the bus. I know I got the bus engine, but the bus tacho won't work. Which is a bit of a shame. What else? Oh, I know. The Dacia has round ones. The round ones from their work. From my memory anyway. Is that a turret building? It is indeed. And we have a... Is that a Lada or a Vaz 2106 543? It is the one I need. 2105, I think it was. I don't remember. It's something like that. I do love these cars. It's just... I don't know. It's that 80s look to them. It's what I love. I love that 80s thing. Love my 80s cars. Oh, I don't need it. Look at that. You get to keep this, you lucky little green machine. Green machine, hey? That's actually a really nice green. There we are. Renfield. Music box. If you've ever seen Dracula Dead and Loving It, it's a bit of an old movie now. It again, it's like early 90s, I think it was. Gas and oil does not make diesel. But yeah, I watch it every now and again because it's just such a stupid movie. It's fun. Anything in here? Nope. Just a sponge. Ah, Leslie Nielsen. He's a good bit of fun. Some of his earlier movies, you know, they're funny, but they're incredibly stupid. Stop now, stop now. And that's the whole point of them. I just want to... Ooh. Thought I heard something. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Let's take you off. Can you throw stuff at the rabbits? Asking for a friend. Yeah, I'm curious. Can you throw things at the rabbits? Like being as I don't like, if I don't have a weapon, can I throw something like a door, for example? Or does that not work? Anything else that one there is wrong? Sorry. Oh, I should really grab the dials inside as well. Yeah, just little things, because I've been caught out so often without having a weapon in my hands, trying to defend myself from les rabbits. And they're just coming at you, and you go, what am I going to do? Grab that, grab that. Oh, a mirror. I can grab a mirror. Usually, so it'll go flying when I hit a rock in about 5 minutes. But I'll grab one of those. I do like the greens on this. Let's grab... Do I need anything from in here? Like I did mention a mirror, so I'll take that one. Gonna snap in place. Yep. And this is what happens to real cars as well. This is where wrecking comes into it. It's a shame where that there are a lot of cars that just get wrecked needlessly. But then, you know, the sum of the whole is not equal to the sum of the parts, I guess. We want that one. Because, yeah, you get wrecked vehicles and you can earn a lot of money from doing that. You just have to have the base to put it. Now, my dear, while I keep looking at you, I am actually going to pick you up and move you. But isn't that the way the world goes? I think that's everything we need. Okay, that'll do. That'll do. Oh boy. Like a whole new car. We've got half a tank. I should have checked the tanks on in the other car there. Maybe they would have been lucky and had some lovely oily diesel in it. Otherwise they would have been full of water. I just got off-put for a moment when I looked in the mirror and saw this Mr. Red Hair just staring back at me. I always forget what the character looks. It's like, that's a little bit off-putting sometimes. He doesn't normally have red hair. It's just something I did. Slide. You get used to not having the... I was trying to crouch down. Yeah, I was trying to crouch down because you get used to not having these sun visors up there. And they just kind of block a lot of your vision. But you can just do this and see around them anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I think that was a pretty good haul there. We got some parts that I was thinking of needing, but yeah. So we've got hubcaps and mirrors and visors. It's all good. And we've got all the matching panels. Well, all the correct panels, not necessarily matching. But they're all this lovely green colour. It doesn't match with anything else. We are making some reasonably good distance, I think. So we've got, what, 25 kilometers to go, and we haven't had any serious incidents. I hope it kind of stays like this. Whatever happened to all those big massive hills I remember, where I had to keep zigzagging to get up to the top because I couldn't make it otherwise? What happened to all of those? Something that has happened recently to me. I bought a new computer chair. I know. This one's a brand new one rather than a second-hand one like I buy with everything else I buy. Yeah, it's got a mesh back and it's got lumbar support and all sorts of things like that. I was thinking of getting a gaming chair, but I've heard that they're terrible for you. Just for your posture and things like that. They cause your shoulders to roll forwards and all sorts of things. So it's better to get a better office, a good quality office chair than to buy a gaming chair. Okay, they look cool, but an office chair doesn't always look cool, but they're usually a lot nicer for you in the long run. And yeah, I spend a lot of time at the moment on my computer. Yeah, just trying to adjust my microphone slowly. There we go. Yeah, they're in the long run. They don't look as cool, but this one's a nice one. It's got a big high back on it and headrest and lumbar support. It's got no arms on it. I don't have... Ooh, something's loading in. Ooh. I don't have arms on my chairs because I can't have my guitars on my lap when I'm at the computer because the arms get in the way. We're starting to get a little bit dark and there's a car on the roof. Another little tiny ladder. Forward, stop. Ignition. And let's wait till the morning because it's starting to get a bit dark now. Can't sleep. Oh, that's not fair. Oh well, I'm just going to have to wait for a moment and... Oh, that's not a good sign. There's an arm down there. Ooh. I love these. I don't even know where all mine went. I think I just kind of left them at some point. Oh, I think they're so much fun. Let's chock a block. Oh, there's another arm. Ooh. It's like they're trying to make a horror game out of it. That'd be fun. Ooh, diesel, just what I wanted. Don't need any panels. I don't think I need oil. There's some sprays. But let's just wait till the morning and then... Okay, what's in this barrel over here quickly? Empty. Okay. Well, I'll wait till the morning and I'll deal with all this mess. And then we'll be coming back. Can't sleep. Okay. And it's morning and we're back. I did have a little poke around in here while I waited. There's not really anything in here. Just this here. There's some oil as well, like lots of oil if we need oil. But this is the important one here. There's some hands if I want to get handy. Other than that, there's not much. So we'll just top this up. It's the joys of having a diesel. I think it's fun. I like having to scavenge for fuel. This whole you know, cars being as economical as they are in real life thing, kind of, I know it's not really a survival game, it's just a driving simulator. But, you know, having some survival elements, like you can drink in this game. You don't need to eat, you don't need to smoke, you don't need to do anything. Just not crash. Wheel spin. The fuel the economy of the vehicles, it's really good. Far better than my real life car, I'll give it that. Except for the bus. This bus engine is about on par, I think. Actually, I think it is actually on par with my last truck I had, my Ute. I keep calling it a truck. It's not really a truck. It was a Ute. It was just a really big Ute. Well, big as in high. It was a four-wheel drive. But yeah, the economy was pretty bad. I would get about 6.5, 7 kilometers to the litre. At the moment, I'm getting 10 kilometers to the litre, which is a great improvement, but it's nothing compared to modern day cars, you know. I don't even know what that is in miles per gallon. I'll probably bloop something up if I remember. Yeah, that's just one thing. That's just the one thing I know about this game is the vehicles are far too economical, and when you're driving, it just there's no need to scavenge unless you do stupid things like I do, and put the wrong engine in the wrong car. It also makes you go a lot slower. This engine doesn't go higher than about 105, which is good. If you're like me, you don't pay attention. It does take a lot longer to get anywhere rather than driving at 160. That's like 50% faster. So what takes me 45 minutes would only take half an hour. But in saying that, you have to be more on the ball with your steering and whatnot. And you know, sometimes that's fun. Yeah, but yeah. At least I know this engine is never, you can go up any hill without slowing down, basically. A lot of the petrol engines, like I've had with the Trabant, that thing can't go up hills. It's got no guts at all. The other motors are all fine, but the Trabant motor's just got no guts at all. It'd be fun if there were, I was about to say wrecked cars everywhere, but there kind of is. I was just about to say about Jalopy. I was in Jalopy, you're driving along, and every now and again you'll find just like a car on the side of the road, like abandoned kind of thing, with one or two parts still on it, and you can't just pick what you want off it. It's fun. I was about to say we could do that with this game, but there are cars around the place. Just thinking there could be more than just desert stuff like rocks and trees and whatnot. Eventually, I'm sure they'll patch more stuff in. At the moment, it's just rocks and trees and whatnot, which does fine. It really does fine. It gives you a perspective that is very bleak and empty. And if you listen to the radio, they kind of explain a little bit of the backstory behind this, where all the water just kind of disappeared. Or the world just kind of dried out, I guess. It's all out there somewhere, but it kind of dried out. Maybe that's what the end is. Maybe there's an oasis there. I don't know. I'm very curious to find out, but it might take me a long time to get there, I think. But that's alright. I'm in no rush. I enjoy this. I enjoy the driving and the chatting. 11111. Oh boy. I don't know. Is that a lucky number, having a reoccurring numbers like that? There's a double building. Ooh. Yes. I'm quite happy that I found that building in the last episode. The one that I've never found before. It's the only one that... Oh, there's another building down there. The one thing that I never found was that I guess it's a schoolhouse or chapel or something. I don't know what it is. There's a lot of buildings here where I'm just thinking, what could this be? Most of them are obvious. There's a few of them which like, what could this be? Like the turret house. Is it like a shop? There's a bus. There's... Yeah. Is it like a house or is it a shop or is it... Slow down. Do we want to have a quick poke? Yeah, so what could that be? This is obviously a roadhouse or a garage, a petrol station, I should say. Not a garage, a petrol station, a roadhouse, a fuel stop, whatever you want to call them. Blood in a bucket. It's this kind of chainsaw massacre or the hills have eyes kind of situation. I should really top up my oil. I know this engine has a huge oil capacity, but I don't normally pay attention to it. The little light hasn't come on, so I'm good. The hills have eyes. I remember starting watching that once, and it's just the intro scene kind of creeped me out enough to switch it off. And then yeah, I thought, you know what? I'm going to sit down and watch it. And it really wasn't that bad, to be honest. It's just a very well done intro scene, I think. What have you got? Gas? What have you got? You're on the back? A mixture of everything? What have you got? Alcohol and water. A little bit of water in there is good. Empty and alcohol. So one was looking promising for a moment. You probably could get that larder going if you really wanted to. There's enough things here. I was about to pour this in the gas tank. Yeah, we're pretty decent with the oil. You could probably get the larder going if you really wanted to in a pinch. There's probably enough resources here, and it's got gas in the tank, which is already an improvement over the other one, the Dacia. Wow, 100 already. That's what I love about these. This diesel just has so much torque, it just pulls you right up to speed and then stops, because that's all the speed you got. This reminds me, I should really start working on my speedo project again. It sort of worked. I just kind of put it to one side and I can kind of turn my head and see it. It's just there at the other end of my desk, staring at me, waiting. It's judging little eyes. I just haven't... my temp's getting a bit hot, but that should be right. I just haven't gotten around to working on it. I'm at a point where I don't know what's going on. I'm just getting latency, like bad latency. I don't know. I don't think there's anything we really need here. Woo! That was a bit of fun. They're going to spin? No, that's not actually going to spin. My camera's kind of been good lately. It's not been trying to drag around in circles. Yeah. I should really get back into to finishing things. I've got so many half-finished projects. Like my whole desk is covered in half-finished projects, from DIY modular synthesizers to control boxes for my video editing. I've got a box here I've been working on. Got a rotary knob and 8 clicky buttons, mechanical keys, so I can kind of select things when I'm editing videos. So a couple of the tools I use and the transport controls, they're very handy. But it's kind of half finished. I want to put a switch on it so I can use it for well, OBS as well. Have different functions, different modes. Just hit a switch and it changes to a different preset kind of thing. But at the moment it works like a keyboard, and the keys I've bound to it are the keys that correspond to different commands in Premiere. Because I have Premiere, because like most people in the world, I use a PC rather than a Mac. I can't Mac. I've tried before. I just don't get it. Things are so simple, they just don't make sense. Which is good in a couple of ways, but not for me. I like to copy, you just click and drag. No. That's how to move stuff, not how to copy. No, on a Mac, that's how you do it. You just click and drag and it copies. I don't. There's probably more to it than that, but that's just my experience. And it does my head in. Like, I don't understand what all the controls are. Like, what's that little squirrely whirly thing do? Is that like your Windows button? I don't know. Macs. I'll never work them out. I'll probably get one at one point, because they're meant to be really good for creative people. But it just doesn't make sense to me. You can't do anything with them. Like, if it breaks down, you got to take it to the Mac shop. You can't just, oh, I'll just pop it open and fix it up. Like with my computer, every time I switch it off, there's something wrong with one of the RAM lines. I just pop the RAM out, pop them back in again, turn the computer on, and it detects my RAM again. You know, it kind of detects my RAM, but it doesn't use it. So it's running at, like, it says maximum 16 gigs of RAM, usable 8 gigs. So it's like, oh, one of the RAM sticks is unplugged somehow, or one of the pins is not connected, or something like that. Where it's detecting it's there, it just can't use it for whatever reason. And that does cause problems. I tell you now, that does cause problems. Wow, I'm starting to get a bit tired at the moment. I didn't think that would happen. It's only, what, 1 o'clock, 1:30? Oh, it's, my mistake, it's 1:45. And I'm starting to get a bit tired, so let's see. Oh, I'm almost there anyway. Look at that. I've got 4 more kilometers to travel, and we've hit our goal. So far, we've hit 2,000 kilometers. Yay! In the real world, this would take me, I could do that in 3 days, like if I'm taking my time kind of thing. 600 k's a day, you'll get there in no time. Okay, don't add that up, that doesn't make sense. But you know what I mean. 660, yeah, we'll say 660 k's a day, you'll get there. 3 days, take your time. Okay, that would be about 7 hours of driving, so stay on target. Stay on target. I'm always saying that. It's just one of those things I've picked up. It's from, if people don't know where it's from, it's from Star Wars. The first one, Star Wars. By first one, I mean the third one. A New Hope? Yes, New Hope. No. Yes, no, maybe. Where's when they're flying down the tunnels on the Death Star? Yeah, I think that's the first one when they blow it up. And yeah. One of the pilots is going, stay on target. And that's just kind of what I always say now, whenever it starts drifting everywhere. Because my steering is awful. I still think about getting a mechanical keyboard at some point. It's because I like the clicky-clacky and it's more responsive. Sometimes you tap the keys and it doesn't feel like you've tapped them, but it's like, oh, maybe I did. The RGB stuff can, I don't need RGB. Don't need my computer desk looking, ooh, oops. That was my fault. I should have had my lights on. Numpty me. What I lose? Most of my headlights. Oh, boo. Got all my wheels. Got my doors. That all looks fine. So I just lost a couple of... Oh, and then my... one of my Speedos. My brand new Speedo, but that's alright. Engine is still good. Radiator is still good. That doesn't look too bad then, just lost a couple of headlights. There we are. Yes, I was whinging about RGBs a moment ago before I so rudely crashed. Yes, it's just, everything is RGB now. It's like, wow, I don't need RGB. I've already got a light up mouse mat. But yes, I will call this rant to an end because we have just hit our new location, I think. Yes, and we hit our kilometers. That's where I wanted to get to. So we are now 2,010 kilometers in. I'd have to suspect. I'd have to guess. So yes, I will just find somewhere nice to park where I'm not going to lose my car to the void. How about here? This looks nice. Yes, I'm Benny Bones. This has been The Long Drive. Thank you all so much for putting up with me and listening to me rant. If you do, if you like the game, go pick it up. I'm sure the developers would love to have a few more people on board. But yes, until next time, I've been Benny Bones. Adios.